We're in the semis of the NBA playoffs. So we're down to what, 8 teams, 4 teams each conference, right? So let's talk about surprise, but not really to anyone's surprise, the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we always kind of thought that they're going to be like that team that they ended up first place in the season, but like I hear comparisons of like the 2015 Hawks, right? Where it's just like great, that's a great in-season team, but I don't know, for the past few years the Cavs have kind of always come up short. So, everyone is already expecting that this year. And right now they're sitting 3-1 down to the Pacers, right? So the game five, they're facing elimination tonight. No, tomorrow, I believe.
Yep.
And this is only the semis for a team that won 60 plus games. So what does it say about Cleveland? What does it say about because they have quite the stacked starting lineup, right? Even the bench is kind of sweet. So what's going on there? And like, are you shocked at the fact that they're down to the Indiana Pacers, who have been on a roll, I must say? But what's your opinion on all that?
Bro, I have had many conversations about a Donovan Mitchell led basketball team.
Yeah,
They're nice,
facts.
nice in the regular season. It's beautiful basketball, blah, blah, blah. We're winning 60 games, yay. But, dog,
Yeah,
we've said this since, dog, go back to our videos from September, bro. Or not September, sorry. I mean, like October, November, when the Cavaliers were what, 15-game winning streak? And we
yeah.
were discussing, like, are they championship material? And I was like, I don't know if I believe it, bro. Like, I don't know. Dog.
So they still never had ratings, although they were winning all these games, 15 in a row. They had a couple 15-game winning streaks, right?
Right.
They,
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I'm not shocked. I think the only shocking part about this is that it's happening to the Indiana Pacers. Um, I'm not sure if that's me not giving Indiana enough respect, but that's the only thing I'm shocked about. I'm not shocked about a Donovan Mitchell led team struggling in the second round. I said because they're a 60 plus win team, I'm like, yo, they need to make the conference finals. Like that's what I was saying. But back in October when they were like 15-0 or 16-2 or whatever you want to call it, I was like, second round. They're a second round team. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not impossible for them to come down from 3-1 because at the end of the day, I think the Cavs I think Garland was injured a couple games.
yeah,
He only played 2 games out of that. I think Evan Mobley was injured 1 game. So
yeah.
I'll give Cleveland that. They did have some injuries and stuff like that kind of compromised their chances to win. But at the end of the day, this is it, bro. This is it. And even when all those guys are playing, it's Donovan Mitchell playing hero basketball, and
Hmm.
everybody else just fitting in where they can. And bro, he's an undersized guard. And so is Garland. They have no real playmakers on that
Yeah.
team. Indiana Pacers have a playmaker. No matter what you think about Halliburton, he's a point guard. He's a true point guard.
Hmm.
Mitchell and Garland, they're undersized guards, and they don't and they're not really pass first guards. So no,
Yeah.
I'm not really shocked, bro. I'm just more shocked that it's happening to the Pacers. I might be disrespecting them, but that's the only thing I'm shocked about, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I think we said it early. Like even when they were, 15-0, we were like, well, yeah, like, but this isn't the team that or the structure or the physique of players that you want in the playoffs because when it comes down to X's and O's and you're playing the same team for 7 games, 2 weeks, like you're gonna, if you see a wound, you're gonna step on that wound. You're gonna put your finger into that cut, right?
Yep.
So you're gonna take advantage of whatever you can, and like a big disadvantage is undersized guards. It's a luxury in this league to have a guard that's like 6'7", 6'8",
Mm-hmm.
right? The LaMelo Balls, the wing players, it's
Halliburton.
all Halliburton, right? Like it's harmful, and especially when those are your highest producing players. It's okay if it's like a sub off the bench or a role player, right, who comes in with energy and all that stuff. But like if you're overloading on these players, they're gonna get shut out in the playoffs. Like Donovan Mitchell, I think he had 40 points back to back,
Something like that, yeah.
something like that, right? He had two massive games where he was playing good, and then he had to miss half the game for game four because he got injured in the second quarter or something like that, or at halftime. And yeah, it's just it will never be enough. It won't be enough. You those type of guards, and I've been saying this for a decade. Like
I know.
your
Yeah, you've
best
been saying.
player can't be a point guard. It just can't. right?
especially a
Even
small one. Yeah.
small one, right? It
Yeah.
just can't. And you even hear Colby kind of say things about like James Harden, his style of play will never win a championship, right? When the
Mhm.
offense is being spawned from the top of the key like that, like nobody's they're all NBA players, like they're all very great players. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
It's not like
Right.
you're at the LA Fitness and like you could play hero ball and it's gonna work most of the time because you're leaps and bounds ahead of the competition, right?
Right.
You just can't do that. It's different, right?
And like it's not even it's not even I know the Cavaliers have had injuries, but even in the regular season, like the Cavs didn't lose a lot, but I
Yeah.
think the Indiana Pacers beat them twice. It was 2-1
Oh,
in the
okay.
season series. So even so, like I'm trying to say, like it's for this Cleveland basketball team, it was like for me the only team that it was acceptable for them to lose to was the Boston Celtics. And
Yeah.
the fact that it's happening to the Pacers against
Mm-hmm.
the Pacers, sorry, is just it's like, bro, like how far can we really go with a Donovan Mitchell led basketball team? Utah figured that out and shipped them out and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And like like they're a good regular season team, but it's not 2000 and what? It's not 2005 anymore. Like you can't have just one guard, especially an undersized guard, and play hero basketball. Like yo,
Yeah.
like you said, these guys are NBA defenders, NBA top tier coaches. Like 7 game series, 2 weeks, get to sit there and plan for you, bro. Like it's different basketball. You know what I'm trying to say? And like and I recall people calling us haters, because we're like, why is Donovan? It's not hating, man. It's just like, yo, if the sky is blue, the sky is blue. You know what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say?
Who
Like,
calling us haters? In our
well,
comment section?
in a comment section, because I think we made
Oh,
a
wow.
video about last year this time saying Donovan Mitchell, even before this season, we said that he
Uh-huh.
can't lead a team to a championship.
Okay.
And some guy was going back and forth with me, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, like I'm not trying to say he's trash. I'm just saying in the landscape of the NBA, like there's a formula to win. And there's a
Yeah.
reason why most finals MVPs are what? They're either wing players, like play the 3 or the 4.
Yeah.
Like Steph is an anomaly. Like that's not
Anomaly.
normal.
Yeah.
Steph winning the
Yeah.
MVP like a point guard. So come on. But at the end of the day, the series is not over, bro. I don't want to jump the gun yet until the season's completely. Sorry, the series is over. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is looking kind of sticky for the Cavaliers, dog, for
Yeah,
sure.
and I give it to Indiana Pacers because, like I said, they've been on a roll. Like, they have. I like to, put Pascal Siakam down, but he's been consistent the whole play. Like, there's only a couple players he can't play against, and that's like Giannis and like Embiid. And like
Yeah,
every other team, he will put up 20, 25, 22, 7 and 5. He knows how to win. He sticks to what he does best, spin him like Siakam, and he does his plays, right? And then, you have Nemhard and Mathurin, they're tough Canadians. I'm kind of proud about that. You know what I mean? And then Halliburton that just has his magic wand. He's looking like Luca at this point right now sometimes, right? He may not be as consistent with the points. I think he had like 12 points or 16 points last game, but he's leading the team, right? He's a
right,
6'7" point guard that could see above his see the whole court, right, and make the right play. So that's what you want the most in a point guard, like a 15 and 10 guard. That's the
right,
best type of guard to have that can give you 25, 30 if need be, right? But
right.
doesn't look for it, right? So
Which is what you've been saying is because I remember I think you said last year you were like, I don't want my point guard scoring 25 points. I want my point
yeah,
guard in like 15 and 10 or 15 and 12, whatever. And I guess Halliburton, I guess his he is inconsistent from the floor, but I guess his game is not like sexy in the sense of like he's dropping like 28 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. So I guess guys sometimes are like, oh, I don't know if he's that guy or whatever. But
yeah,
yeah, Siakam, bro, I've always been a fan of him since they won the championship back in 2019. Because to me, he was the second option on that team. I know some people want
yeah.
to say Kyle Lowry, but for me, it was Siakam. And
No, it's Siakam.
okay, yeah, because
Hmm.
I know some fans might say Kyle Lowry, but yeah, Siakam can handle the ball, pass the ball, play defense, get rebounds, and score the ball efficiently. So, yeah, the Pacers, man, like, bro, they're 1 game away from going back to the conference finals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, so if they go back to the conference finals, like we need to look at Indiana a little bit different and start giving them a little bit more respect.
Yeah, no facts. No, I agree.